I'm Brother Don.
I am Sister Melissa, and in the month of January, we are talking about rules.
Rules for life.
Absolutely right. We have to learn in life that we have to play well, and we have to finish strong.
You have to finish strong.
Absolutely right. Specifically today, our Bible story is talking about the importance of sharing what we have.
Ooh, sharing, man. Sharing is a trip. Yeah, man. You got to share, man. Woo. Sharing.
Yeah, well,
You know, like sometimes I have a piece of pie in the fridge. You know what I mean? And it's my last piece of pie. And what do you go do?
I cut it.
She take my pie. She don't cut no pie. She take my pie. I got one piece of pie in the refrigerator. She don't ask. She just go right in there and take the pie. But you know what? I gotta learn how to share. But it just don't seem like it's fair. I just got a piece of pie now. Why did she take my pie? She can't go to no pie to get the store. Go to the store get her own pie. Why she gotta take my pie?
Kids in our house, we have a rule. You have 3 days to eat whatever's left over, and if you don't eat it in 3 days, guess what happens?
That's not a real rule.
That's a real rule.
That's a real, but a real rule is you gotta share. God says in His Word, you got to share, you got to be kind, you got to love others. So, with that being said, this week, this time, we're gonna learn what it means to share.
Yes. So let's have some praise and worship, and then we'll learn more about sharing what you have.
I'm not helpless. I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second of every day I'm making a choice to make a change. Won't give up, won't let you down. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on me. I'm not helpless, I have purpose to change the world around me one step at a time. I wanna be the best me that I can be. Not living for the moment, but the future I see. That's why every second of every day I'm making a choice to make a change. Won't give up, won't let you down. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on. I'll go for it and get it done. I'm on it, I got it, still having fun. You can count on me. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on. It's my responsibility, and you know you can count on me.
Hey, KidsTown, what kind of room can't you live in? I got him with this one. You ready? A mushroom.
Done! Oh, here we go. Hi, I'm Erica. You ever play concentration? Or some people call it memory.
My friends and I play it all the time. I'm the best at it.
The object, if you don't already know the rules, is to find 2 cards that match. Boom! So, my friends and I have added a rule. Anytime you make a match, you
Get candy. Candy, 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 candy.
What can I do? It's a rule, and rules are part of life. Yes! You've got to talk about rules when you're talking about responsibility. Responsibility is showing you can be trusted with what is expected of you. Of course, the rules don't say I have to eat candy every time I get a match. So, usually, I save it for later. This is what I've won so far. I mean, what can I say? I know how to pick 'em. My friends are like, you're too good at this game. Give us some candy. And I'm like, get your own. I might have a problem. No. Today's story is one that Jesus told about a man who had a little problem with sharing. Who knows what that's like? I'll see you in a bit. Mine.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. Now, for an amazing story, inspired by the book of Luke, chapter 12, verses 13 through 21.
Everywhere Jesus went, large crowds followed him. Some really wanted to learn and change. Some were just curious. Others, like the religious leaders, listened to Jesus' words so they could trap him with tricky questions. But there were some people who just wanted Jesus to back them up, to tell them that their way was the right way. One of these was a man, we'll call him Ezra.
Teacher! Hey! Teacher!
Ezra's demand was loud enough that everyone stopped talking to look at him.
Are you gonna let me through or what?
Ezra shoved through the crowd, dragging another man behind him, his brother.
Teacher, you've got to tell my brother here that he has to divide the family property with me.
Ezra's brother looked like he wanted to sink straight into the ground. Jesus turned to Ezra.
Friend, who made me judge or umpire between you?
People listen to you. I thought you could, just settle this. Tell my brother I'm right.
Watch out. Be on your guard against wanting to have more and more things. Life is not made up of how much a person has.
That is not what I asked.
Jesus didn't argue with the man. Instead, he told a story, a parable. If he had told this story today, it might sound just a little something like this. There once was a rich man whose field grew a fantastic crop of grain. Perhaps it was corn. His manager brought him the good news.
Sir, we're set to bring in a bumper harvest of cobs and kernels.
Yes! Go me!
Oh, well, your employees did an excellent job of preparing the fields.
Go me!
And there was a lot of sunshine.
Go me!
And just the right amount of rain.
Go me!
Yes, go you.
Harvest the crop at once!
Well, we're working on that. There's just a little problem.
Problem? Who messed up? Fire them at once!
Oh, no. It's a good problem. You don't have enough barn space to store all your grain.
Huh. I'm just too successful. Go me.
Well, I was thinking you could share some of the grain.
Share it.
Well, yes. Some extra bushels for your employees, maybe give some of it away, popcorn for all the kids in town, hold a cornbread festival for everyone.
But it's all mine.
Oh, yes. Yes, it is.
I know. I'll tear down my barns and build bigger ones. Then I can store up all the extra grain for myself.
Oh.
See to it. I want those new barns up by the time the corn harvest is in.
Yes, sir.
The old barns were torn down and brand new, bigger barns were built.
Perfection! Is the corn harvest complete?
Yes, sir. All finished.
Excellent. Have the men store it all in these new barns immediately.
But they're so tired.
I said immediately.
Yes, sir.
At last, the rich man's entire corn crop was stored in his shiny new barns. He settled back in a comfy deck chair and surveyed his property as the sun set.
Go me! Self, you've done pretty well for yourself. You got grain stored away for a lot of years to come.
He popped a gourmet corn chip into his mouth.
Self, take it easy. Eat, drink, and live it up.
You foolish man.
The rich man nearly choked on his chip.
Excuse me?
The rich man looked around, but he could see no one. He was entirely alone.
Oh, great. Is this supposed to be some God moment where I discover what I've been doing wrong?
That's exactly what it was.
You foolish man. Tonight I will take your life away from you. Then who will get what you have prepared for yourself?
Could we come up with a different ending to this story?
But there was no way out for the rich man. He had chosen to focus only on what he could keep for himself. Jesus wrapped up his parable by explaining,
That is how it will be for whoever stores things away for themselves, but is not rich in the sight of God.
We don't know how Ezra responded, but maybe, just maybe, he started worrying less about getting more of his family's stuff. Maybe he started to care a little more about sharing what he did have with his brother.
Jesus told the story of a rich man. He had more than enough food for himself to eat, and he kept it all. Every last grain. Don't misunderstand me. There's nothing wrong with saving. It's good to save your allowance money for that new toy you want. It's good to save candy for later instead of eating it all at once. But saving wasn't the problem with the rich man. No. His problem was his heart. He loved himself and his stuff more than he loved other people. And that's not good, because people are always more important than stuff. You see, I can't say that I'm a follower of Jesus if I'm going to be selfish with the things I have. Those things don't match. It's our responsibility to share with others, and we all have something we can share. Maybe you have time to share, or money, or candy. You're going to have all kinds of chances in your life to share with someone who has less than you. Don't miss your chance. Here's a rule for life to remember today. Share what you have. I've got candy to share next time I see my friends. I've got clothes I don't wear anymore that I could donate. And I've got time if anyone wants to play concentration with me later. Although I warn you, I'm pretty much the best at it. See you next time. I'll save you some candy.
What a beautiful winter wonderland we've found ourselves in today. It looks like everything is covered in a delicate, untouched blanket of snow. The only thing that could possibly make this better would be if someone were to start a snowball fight! We seem to be in the middle of an epic snowball fight. Don't worry though. I know how we can avoid getting pummeled with these freezing projectiles. The rules are simple. I'll give you a name of a Bible character. Then I'll show you 3 snowballs with facts about that Bible character. 2 of these facts will be true, but 1 will not be. That's the snowball that's about to come flying right at you. All you have to do to avoid it, though, is hold up the number of fingers for the snowball that's not telling the truth. 1, 2, or 3. If you get it right, you're still in the game. If not, you can keep playing, but please take a seat. Easy enough, right? Great! Everybody on your feet! It's time for this snowball fight to begin! Our first Bible character is Daniel. Now, which of these is not true about Daniel? 1. Daniel spent a night in a den of lions. 2. Daniel prayed regularly. 3. Daniel was Esther's father. Remember, hold up 1, 2, or 3 fingers based on which snowball you think is not telling the truth. Okay, time's up. Who's holding up 3 fingers? You're correct. Daniel was thrown into a den of lions because he did pray regularly, but he was not Esther's dad. Good job. Let's try another. Our next Bible character is Adam. Now, which of these is not true about Adam? 1. Adam built the ark. 2. Adam was the first man. 3. Adam was married to Eve. Okay, time to get those fingers up. Which snowball do you think is not telling the truth? Time's up! Who's holding up 1 finger? Because you just avoided a snowball. Noah was actually the person who built the ark. Let's do another one. Moses is our next Bible character. Now, which of these is not true about Moses? 1. Moses saw a burning bush. 2. Moses walked on water. 3. Moses spoke with Pharaoh. All right, it's time to decide. Which snowball do you think is not telling the truth? Time's up! Who's holding up 2 fingers? You are correct! Moses never walked on water. Let's try another. Ruth is our next Bible character. Now, which of these is not true about Ruth? 1. Ruth married Boaz. 2. Ruth was from Moab. 3. Ruth was Naomi's mother. So what do you think? Which of these snowballs is incorrect and therefore about to come flying right at us? Time's up! Who's holding up 3 fingers? You are correct! Ruth was actually Naomi's daughter-in-law. Good job. Paul is our next Bible character. Now, which of these is not true about Paul? 1. Paul was swallowed by a fish. 2. Paul used to be called Saul. 3. Paul was blinded by a bright light. It's time to decide which of these snowballs is not telling the truth. That's it, time's up! Who's holding up 1 finger? You are correct! Jonah was swallowed by a fish, not Paul. Nice work. Mary is our next Bible character. Now, which of these is not true about Mary? 1. Mary was married to Joseph. 2. Mary was a carpenter. 3. Mary was Jesus' mother. So, what do you think? Which of these snowballs is not being completely honest? Time's up! Who's holding up 3 fingers? You should be holding up only 2. Joseph was a carpenter, not Mary. Abraham is our next Bible character. Now, which of these is not true about Abraham? 1. Abraham had a son named Isaac. 2. Abraham moved to the Promised Land. 3. Abraham was Israel's first king. It's time to make your choice. Which of these snowballs is not telling the truth? Time's up! Who's holding up 3 fingers? You are correct! Saul was actually Israel's first king. Are you still standing? If so, very impressive. We've got one more round to go. Joseph from the Old Testament is our final Bible character. Now, which of these is not true about Joseph? 1. Joseph was the son of Pharaoh. 2. Joseph had a colorful coat. 3. Joseph was thrown in prison. Which of these snowballs is not telling the truth? Time's up! Who is holding up 1 finger? You are correct! Joseph was the son of Jacob, but he worked for Pharaoh. Great job, everyone! I don't know about you, but I could go for some hot chocolate right about now.
Hey, KidsTown, I hope you enjoyed our service today.
I hope you did too, man. We talked about sharing.
Yes. And you know what? The main thing about sharing is you just have to make sure in everything that you do 2 things. You love God and you love others.
Yep. Love God, love others. That's pretty simple. God only got 2 rules, and those are our rules for life. So if you love God, He'll show you how to love others, and you can make it through this life seamlessly, without sweat.
Yes.
A victorious life.
Yes. So before we go today, we're going to take a moment to go over our memory verse.
Yeah. Now, the memory verse is very easy. It just says, if you can be trusted with things very small, you can also be trusted with things very large. So just look at it this way. If you're faithful over a little bit of things, a few things, then God will be able to trust you with much, as well as your parents too. You know, so you'll have a reputation of taking care of things, and a reputation of sharing, and a reputation of being faithful.
Absolutely right. Well, kids, I hope you enjoyed our service, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye. Love you.